Hello, I am Isha Vadekar from Team H6 and I am going to present the part performed by Meenakshi Bharti in our project of detection of sleep apnea using machine learning and mobile applications. So, our project is all about the detection of sleep apnea using machine learning and mobile applications. Now, what is sleep apnea? Sleep apnea is a potential serious sleep disorder in which patient suffers abrupt breathing, loud snoring, and feels tired even after a full night's sleep. The problem is that you might be having sleep apnea and you're not aware of it. So, untreated sleep apnea can be life threatening. Excessive daytime sleepiness can cause people to fall asleep at inappropriate times, such as while driving. Sleep apnea is associated with coronary heart disease, heart failure, heart attack, and high blood pressures. Although there is no cure for sleep apnea, but successful treatments can reduce the risk of heart and blood pressure problems. Now, our solution approach: obstructive sleep apnea detection by means of a real time mobile systems based on the automatic extraction of sets of rules through differential evolution. Our solution approach consists of two phases. First, involves patient diagnosis. Wearable ECG sensor and a mobile device is given to the patient. While wearing the ECG sensor, the data is monitored and is sent via Bluetooth to the mobile device. The second phase involves patient monitoring and is carried out in real time. This acts as a real time monitoring system which receives data, elaborates it, and computes the value of the set of the parameters.
This is Meenakshi Bharti, and I will be explaining the part performed by Stuti Jain, which is the overview of our solution approach. In our approach, we will be detecting the obstructive sleep apnea by means of a real-time mobile system based on the automatic extraction of sets of rules through differential evolution. Currently, to detect OSA, that is obstructive sleep apnea, patients undergo polysomnography (PSG), a complicated and invasive test to be performed in a specialized center involving many sensors and wires, which is very difficult for a patient because he has to stay in the same position throughout the duration of one night, and which is quite difficult. Now this is the picture showing the classic approach versus our approach for the detection of obstructive sleep apnea. We can see in classic approach there are so many of sensors and wires used on the body of the person, due to which the person is bound to stay in the same position overnight, while in our approach only one ECG sensor, the electrocardiogram sensor, and a mobile device with installed sleep apnea detection application is used. The classic approach is expensive, complicated, time taking, while our approach is easy, less time taking, comfortable, reliable, and portable. At the same time, it is also inexpensive. Our approach consists of two phases. The very first phase is carried out offline, in which the diagnosis of the patient is performed, while in the second phase the real-time monitoring of the patient is conducted. The patient is given the wearable ECG sensor and a mobile device through which we collect the data of the patient, the heart rate variability data, and this data is collected with the help of ECG sensor. Then this is transferred to the mobile device with the help of Bluetooth. Collected data is then analyzed by the doctor. Same time, the data is automatically extracted offline and represented in the form of an explicit set of if and then rules. In phase, with the help of machine learning algorithms, the real-time monitoring is performed. in which the system receives the data, elaborates it, and computes the value of the sets of parameters. The overview of our approach.
Hello, I am Sanket. I am to talk about the work done by Harshad. So at initial phase of our project, Harshad proposed the different ways to detect the condition of heart and to detect the sleep apnea. So at that time we have three options. First one is acoustic wave sensor, second one is resistive sensor, and third one is ECG sensor. So we decided to go for ECG sensor as it is more efficient. So Harshad proposed the working and usage of ECG sensor. ECG is an instrument that picks up electric current produced by heart muscle during cardiac cycle of contraction and relaxation. This cycle is shown here in this slide. ECG works on the principle that contracting muscle generate small electric current that can be detected and measured through the electrodes of this ECG sensor. This ECG sensor, as shown in the slide, has three electrodes which are suitably placed on the body, and it detects the small amount of electric current that is produced by contraction and relaxation of heart muscle. As it is very small amount of current, ECG sensor amplify this current and record them on a paper as a wavy line. This recorded data is then fetched to Firebase. So this is how we can take the data from ECG sensor. Thank you.
Now I, Harshad, will explain about the reading and sending of data from ECG sensor to Firebase. This work is mainly performed by Amar. So now one by one we will go through all the hardware components, that is power supply, AD8232, node MCU, router, and then Firebase. And while explaining all this, I will also explain the procedure that should be followed to send a data from node MCU to Firebase. So let's begin. First, the power supply. So what we have done is we have used a 9-volt rechargeable battery, but the power required for node MCU to work is 3.3. So first we have converted the 9 volt to 5 volt using a fixed voltage regulator, that is 7805, and then by using the voltage divider circuits we divided the voltage into 3.3 volt. So then the 3.3 volt uh, is gone to the VIN pin of this node MCU, and the ground pin goes to ground pin of node MCU. So what we have done is the ECG sensor has also 3.3 volt and ground. So we have taken 3.3 volt output pin of node MCU and connected it to AD8232, and the output given by node MCU, the output given by AD8232 is an analog output. So the analog output of AD8232 is gone to A0 pin of node MCU, and the LO plus and LO minus pins are indicate that whether the whether the electrodes are connected to the body or not. If the electrodes are not connected to the body, then the output of LO plus and LO minus will not be simultaneously zero. So if both the inputs are zero, that means it is connected, and we can take the readings. If we will not look into this, then we might get wrong readings. So to avoid wrong readings, we first check the state of LO plus and LO minus, and after that we take the readings from the output. So um, the node and MCU can be coded to get connected to any router. So uh, the router that we can use any type of router. So to connect it to router, we require its SSID and password. So SSID and password can be given in the code of node MCU, and it can be upload to node MCU to get connected to any router. And if the router connector has internet connection, then as soon as the node MCU will connect to the router, it will also get connected to the internet. So as soon as it connects to the internet, it will ask for authentication of Firebase. So the Firebase now also has a user ID and a authentication key. so that any stranger cannot access the Firebase database that we have created. So the Firebase database is a unique database and it has a unique key. So the key is also fed to the Node MCU, and due to this, it established a stable connection with the Node MCU through internet. So first we take the readings from a 0 pin of a Node MCU, and after that we send it to the Firebase using a Firebase library. And in that Firebase library, we have a function which can be used to push data to the Firebase library. After this Sanket take these readings and process it in Google Colab.
I am Stuti Jain and I am presenting the work performed by Isha. We have developed an Android application where the user is able to upload his ECG readings. This is the user interface of our application wherein the user can enter his name, his email, and upload the ECG readings. Once he uploads the ECG readings, those readings are sent to the Firebase for cloud processing and the Firebase returns us the results. So, this is the entire process of our application. We get the readings from the ECG sensor, and then these readings are uploaded on the mobile application, which sends these readings to the Firebase for further processing on the cloud. It returns the results, and then we can determine that a person has sleep apnea or not. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Amar Barik. I will be representing the work done by Sanket Patel. So basically if I had to say in short that what Sanket worked on, then I can say that he worked on total ML part of our project, starting from getting training data set, then training that data set, getting model out of it and using that model, predicting the result. This whole part is done by him. So for doing all this, first he downloaded the dataset into his Google Drive and then he attached it into the Google Colab. As the application or the program requires huge amount of memory or RAM, that's why he has to switch to the Google Colab as it provides a very large amount of RAM at free of cost. Then after mounting it, the dataset is converted into the required format using libraries like Pickle. After that, he trained the data set using a random forest classifier algorithm, and he splitted the data set into train features and train classes. If I had to say that, then 20% training data set and 80% training data set. And after that he trained the whole model and he prepared the model out using it. Then here are some graphs that shows the ECG ECG graph of the readings of the data set. For plotting this he has used Matplot. Then here you can see the reading one. I'm where it has come from the our data set, and these are the 6,000 points basically, which indicates the ECG levels or ECG signals of the patients. And when this data set is passed as an input to our function where CLF.predict is used for prediction, then it gives output 0. It means that the person doesn't have sleep apnea. So thank you.